What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here in this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. This video is also brought to you by two things. Since we don't do any sponsorships here on the channel, I'll go ahead and chill them out real quick. The first is my music, which is available anywhere you stream music under the name Aftersound. And the second is a new podcast I just launched called Chasing Infinity. It is myself and ChatGPT, and we dive into a wide range of topics in short form videos just like these. So check it out. Links in the description below, and I appreciate the support. Okay, guys, let's jump into the topic of today's video, which is rebellion. And the rebellion set value, and the fact that maybe we were wrong about conflicts, because something that I have been waiting for, I've been championing here on the channel for a while, is that once conflicts are over, we potentially get a little dip in price and a little more, a little less scarcity, I guess, if I'm going to frame it that way, in cards, both on the rental as well as sales market. So first things first, let's look at the overall set value. And something that I think is interesting to note here is that leading into conflicts, so you can see we're at 6,600 right now. But this date right here, 1020, is when the final conflict ended. And you can see leading up to it, we actually started to see a decent downtrend, I guess. Again, is it major? No, but it was trending downwards. And then, of course, we get to the release of Nidhogger. And I think a lot of the fact that Nidhogger is trading for like 30 something bucks right now. We'll check it in a second. But you know, when we're looking at max level, you multiply whatever the price of Nidhogger is by 11, and that actually is the reason that we have this uptick in the rebellion set value, right? We just added like $300 worth of value by printing this brand new card. So on the whole, the question then becomes, well, is there a dip? And it looks like there is slightly, but a lot of that gets covered up by the fact that we are consistently releasing new conflict airdrops. Now, that is done, right? So there is absolutely no need to keep your cards on the wagons anymore. So my guess is that we would see a significant amount, whether on card sales, whether on rentals. I mean, I haven't really looked at card rentals much. We can go and see that like liquidity is still somewhat scarce. Like this is at all levels. So there's only like 13 Venkas available, and that's anywhere from level 1 through, you know, the max level. Nidhogger is just released, like you can see, still undefined, right? But there's only 33 of them on the marketplace. Again, this is just for rentals. Now, if we go to card sales, I do believe we're seeing a slight dip here, right? A slight dip, meaning that some of these legendary summoners are going for less than $15, right? So you can see a Kane has dropped. Now, a Kane was not a conflict airdrop, but a Kane is down there. You're seeing EMP down there as well. Riskreal Drath, I still don't know how to say it, is slightly above, right? 1696. And, you know, for the most part, it seems as though prices have come down just ever so slightly. If we go over, let's include promo on here as well, because you can see Mantaroth has now entered the game and is now not the top card. I mean, maybe Tofu was on top of it for a while, but it is interesting seeing $32 BCX Mantaroth on the marketplace. And here's the thing. There's not that much liquidity. If you want to get like a max level Mantaroth for 30 something bucks, yes. I mean, you can look here. There's a couple of max copies available, but let's go and see 45 BCX total for sale. That's it, right? Now, actually, we should even exclude anything that's above, we'll just say $40. So 43 BCX, that means less than 4 maxed copies available in the $30 to $40 range for a card like Mantaroth. And Mantaroth is important, even though he's not core. You know, the main thing here is that we probably saw Mantaroth locked up on the on the wagons for whatever the reason was. If people had extras, for example, and they wanted to get the benefits there, and the benefits were better than renting them out. Actually, I'm curious to see now Mantaroth on the rental market, and pretty far down. Only 21 copies available for rent though. So my analysis is that we were wrong in the sense. Well, let me put it this way. I'm going to reframe it. We were right in the sense that there was a dip. How much of a dip it is, I think we were kind of wrong. At least I was wrong. I was expecting a lot more in terms of this dip. Now, we're only like less than 48 hours from the time that I'm recording this, 48 hours from the end of conflict. So there could be a chance that people are going to come back in. Maybe they were just botting their accounts or they're not really focused, and they're going to come back in over the next couple of days and take their cards off wagons and, do all that stuff. I was trying to give it more than 24 hours just because I felt a lot of people would be ready for this and wanted to either dump on the market. Well, not even dump on the market, but put them up available for rent and all that. So at this point in time, let me get that out of the way. At this point in time, my thought process is this might be it, right? This might be it. This might be the entire dip that we get, which actually is quite impressive when you think about the fact that, there's a couple of cliffs that we're going to fall off of when it comes to a card set's value. The first of which is going to be when the airdrops are done, right? If we continue with this conflict style, which we know that Conclave Arcana will. But when the airdrops are done, and then when it goes into or out of modern format, I should say. Now, there's one thing saving this potentially, and maybe it's a big reason why people aren't dumping cards on the market, and that's because of the fact that we know that these cards are going to be valuable on the Conclave Arcana airdrops as well. And if you think about it, that's coming out in 6 months. A lot of folks can choose to just hang on to the cards, hang on to the packs, maybe rent them out, not sell them. And if we do get into a position where, one or two things happen, maybe even simultaneously, where we get the market uptrend that we're expecting for next year, as well as the team's marketing actually doing quite well, if all of those or both of those, right, or even just one of them starts to take off, we can see a significant rise in asset values. We can see a significant rise potentially in the player base here, or even if the player base doesn't grow. This is what I'm always trying to get at. Even if the player base doesn't grow, we can still get many players in the game who make a ton of profits on other investments, right? Like Bitcoin goes up, ETH goes up, Solana goes up, and they're players of the game. So they come in and they take those profits and they buy more stuff within the game with them. So, whatever it ends up being over the next 6 months, and I think a lot of folks here and just around the crypto industry in general are quite bullish, both, like I said, externally with the market factors and Bitcoin's 4-year cycle, as well as internally with all the stuff that the team is working on between now and April of next year when Conclave Arcana does come out, right? Marketing, mobile, hardcore mode, land 1.75, right? Like all these different things are there, which could lead to potentially higher prices and people getting the benefit and being patient now. So, for me, like I said, if this is what I was waiting for, I'm disappointed because I thought I'd be able to get cards a little bit cheaper than this. But at the same time, I'm also quite impressed because we are about 2 months, less than 2 months now from when Rebellion does sell out or burn out. And that is going to be, that's going to be it. And as of now, we're still under 1 million packs sold. So I'll do an analysis for that next. Obviously, we're going to see how the market, dictates things over the next couple of months. But at this point in time, I don't know. What do you think? Were we right? Were we wrong? Were we it feels like we were directionally right in the sense that there was a dip slightly, but we were definitely wrong in the amount of dip that ended up happening. So, I don't know. However you want to frame it. Either way, at this point, I don't feel like we're going to get cheap cards. And it is what it is. So let me know your thoughts. Let me know your game plan for Rebellion as we move forward. But that is all I have for you guys in this video. I'll catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.